The beaches of San Diego, more specifically Baker's Beach, has always been somewhere I could go and feel like myself despite whatever I was going through. All the family trips and events that took place at that beach stayed with me. Unfortunately, it is somewhere I will not be able to go to in a few years. This place is significant to me because no matter what happened in the world or in my life, the beach stayed the same. Just being there made me feel like things were alright or going to be okay. When I think of the beach, I can imagine the smell of the ocean and the sight of the waves crashing down, as well as the distinct cliff off in the distance. I can feel the cold breeze of the ocean while also feeling the heat of the sun on my skin. I can see the seashells buried under the sand as little sandpipers run through, as well as the boats out in the ocean and the sound of seagulls. I remember the taste of chicken wings and bread because it was something we would go eat after the beach every time, or we would bring and eat at the beach. I always remember coming to the beach any time we wanted to celebrate something important to us. These things were always there and something that brought me peace. Furthermore, I would want people to notice the cliff in the distance. It is important to me because the building on top of the cliff has been there for as long as I can remember, and it stuck with me even as a little kid. Eventually, they took me to that hill and we looked out over the beach. The view of the beach from on top of the cliff was beautiful. You could see how the waves formed and how birds were diving for fish while people swam in the ocean, how blue the ocean seemed and how the sun shined down on it and everyone. The view we got is something I will treasure. Even so, I would then want them to notice how the sand sparkles with gold as well. The sand is something I think looks nice and was something I always loved. The way it shined and looked like it had gold in it, it made everything sparkle in my eyes, especially after getting out of the ocean and seeing my body and clothes covered in it. The first memory I have of this place is going after visiting a military gravesite on Veterans Day. It was an especially important thing for my father to go and pay his respects since he served in the Navy. We spent the day reading their plaques and paying our respects to the fallen soldiers. Afterwards, we went to the beach to feel better. My family and me just enjoyed the scenery and each other. The beach was always a special place for my family, and just being there after Veterans Day made it even better because it helped us cherish the things we could have lost. Another memory I have is on my sister's birthday we went to that beach and we spent the entire day there. We body surfed, looked for sand dollars, and just enjoyed playing in the water. Afterwards, we went to eat at Epic Wings because it was a place my family had always gone to before I was even born, so it was like a tradition for us. It had been dark when we decided to go back to the beach, but we went for one reason. It was bioluminescent. It was the first time I had seen it. I remember how we played in the ocean that night and how we just sat on the sand afterwards watching together. To watch as the sea glowed with every splash was amazing and something I wish to see again. It will be hard to replace the way I felt that night when I saw the sea glow. At that moment in my life, it was one of the best memories that I hold dear. The way my family was together and the way it felt. The night sky and chilly wind, it really impacted how much the ocean means to me and how it had been there through so many life events. It does still affect me to this day. It is somewhere I want to go to, relax, or even remember how life was in simple moments, and how maybe one day I will get those simple moments back.